What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about early Stanley Cup odds. Of course, we're only in November, and the season's probably not going to get going until late January, maybe even February. That's just a guess, but we're already talking about Stanley Cup predictions, Stanley Cup odds, and I kind of want to do this every couple months. I've done this on the channel before, and talking about who we think could win the Stanley Cup next. Of course, the off season is kind of underway to the point where there's already been a bunch of moves that have been made, and more will be coming. So these odds can change every single day. So again, if these do change, again, don't come back to this video and be like, dude, how could you say this? How could you actually agree with this? These odds are coming from OddsShark, and I believe that they're collaborating, or they work with like Bodog and stuff like that. But these are just odds that I'm looking at, and you guys will see them pretty soon. But I want you guys to leave your predictions down below very early, before the season is even close to starting, who you think could win the Stanley Cup, who will have the best odds. And when you're watching this video, let me know if you guys think that these odds are crazy. I actually do believe that there's a chance that Tampa could repeat, but then the people who have the best odds on this list, you will see, has kind of been my thought on a team that could win the Stanley Cup, and I have my reasoning behind it. But if you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. I'd love to have you here, join the squad. I'd love to get to 10,000 subscribers eventually, pretty soon. Make sure to recommend videos down below, but we will get right into this video. So obviously, we've just finished the season. The Tampa Bay Lightning are champions, a very deep team. They had a bit of everything. They had a great staff, GM staff and everything. Obviously, formerly Steve Yzerman as well, but he left. He's in Detroit. His home basically, but he was a big part of this team. But they also had great coaching. They had a great goaltender, arguably the best goaltender in the world, one of the best blue lines in the entire NHL, just because they have an absolute horse in Victor Hedman. But great, overall blue line. Definitely any team in the league would want it. And then obviously their depth at the forward position is absolutely insane. They have goal scoring from absolutely everywhere. They have great defensive forwards as well. Gritty forwards, no matter what it is, they had a little bit of everything. And that's how you win. You have to have a bit of everything. You have to have a good coach. And, looking around the league, there's a few teams going into this season where you could say, damn, like this team is looking pretty damn good. They have a bit of everything that Tampa's had. They have a bit of everything that, previous teams have had. But again, odds always change throughout the season, and that's why I wanted to make these videos, because you can look at a team right now and think, oh, their team is built so well. But then, in a month or two, a team can make a big trade, sign somebody, and all of a sudden, okay, now these guys are seriously in the conversation. So I don't know if a lot of people make, bets and, bet on the Stanley Cup or basically anything, but maybe you got to check these out. So let's check out some of these odds. So got it on the screen for you guys. I tried to increase the size of the writing and stuff like that. I zoomed in a bit, but number one right now, the Colorado Avalanche have the best odds. Now, I definitely agree with this. I think that they have a very strong team. I know that goaltending always hasn't been their strong suit. Of course, they've had some pretty damn good goaltenders in Avalanche history there, but as of recently, it's not like they've had the best goaltending situation. But I think that you're gonna see them be in this conversation no matter what, just based off the fact that their blue line is young. They have veterans as well. They've just been adding like crazy. Like, this team is just built so well. Their forward group is insane. Like, they just have a little bit of everything. When you have the chance to, build on an off season and just add to a team that's already good, because they were already so good. They had so much cap space, but like, you have McCarr, you have McKinnon, you have Kadri, Landeskog, like the list goes on and on. This team is just set from top to bottom. They have so much depth. They continue to add to this team, and they're still probably going to get better. They're probably going to end up, becoming an even better team. And that's the scary part. Like, this Avalanche team has the best odds, and they're probably going to end up, with a better squad. And then right behind them there, you see the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, this is the defending Stanley Cup champion, so you would hope, you know, if you're a fan of Tampa, that they're right back in the conversation. And with the team that they have, they even had to put Johnson on waivers. Like, this team is so deep that they have the options, you know, to do that. Now, obviously, they're in a bit of cap trouble right now. They have to, you know, they have to sign Sorelli and Sergachev at the time of making this video. But I mean, it's a good problem to have when you have so much talent that you literally can't keep everybody because you have so much talent on your roster. Now, you know, the salary cap not going up definitely, you know, hurts them a little bit. It hurts a lot of teams, but Tampa is definitely back in that conversation. They have a 100% chance of being back in the Stanley Cup conversation. Now, there's some teams in the top here, like Vegas, you know, signing Pietrangelo. That's a huge deal. This team has two starting goaltenders in Leonard and Fleury, so definitely a solid tandem. Tampa has good goaltending as well, but like their blue line just got significantly better in all aspects. You know, losing Schmidt, sure, but you lose Schmidt in favor of Pietrangelo. Like, you're not exactly losing, you know, a whole lot when you're bringing in a captain and a guy that can put up points, a guy who's won the Stanley Cup. You're literally bringing in the perfect style of player that you want to be a leader and a top guy on your blue line. So that team was already deep. They've been a fun team to watch ever since they've come into the league, and they're built pretty well. So definitely makes sense for them to be up there. Boston being there surprises me a little bit. Not because, like, I've predicted Boston to be a cup champ a couple times on this channel, or at least be in the conversation. I still think they have a great team, and anytime you have the perfection line with Pastrnak, Marchand, and Bergeron, you're obviously going to be in the conversation. But they've lost some guys, and they still have to make some moves here. Chara, I'm not sure at the time I'm recording this what his decision is going to be. But this Bruins team hasn't necessarily added a whole lot. And I know that there's still like the Hoffman rumors up in the air as well. But if this Boston team makes another significant move, especially to their forward group, because I think their blue line is pretty damn good. Their team toughness, their goaltending. I mean, Tuukka Rask, what's going to go on there? I know that there's a little bit of a conversation around that. Even though he said he wants to play in Boston, he doesn't want to leave. But there's still a little bit of conversation there. So definitely a team to look out for. The Leafs are pretty high, which I am kind of surprised. I know that they've made moves to improve their blue line, which would in turn make goaltending better, because anytime you can help your goaltender with the blue line, that definitely helps. Trust me. You know, obviously a good move for them to do that. You also have the fact that they've brought in a lot more leadership. They brought in some veteran presence. The forward group is, I know people keep saying, oh, they're not as deep, they're not as deep. I think that they're just as deep, if not, they could be a little better on the forward group, just based off the fact that they have so much diverse talent on that forward group now. So definitely the Leafs being up there surprised me a little, because I think teams like Philly and Washington definitely deserve to be there. I think the Flyers have another move in them. There might be a trade that happens there. Washington is always in the conversation. Same thing with Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh is a little bit too high here, though. I don't think that they've made any moves that makes this team significantly better. I think Dallas might be ahead of them. I think St. Louis is as well. Vancouver. Now, this one puzzles me a bit, because while I still think Vancouver's a good team, I don't think that they've made enough moves for me to be like, okay, well, you know, their odds, like, I know they're not in the top, like, they're kind of middle of the pack here, but like, I don't know why they have, you know, odds that are up here with the Oilers and Rangers. Like, I would have even the Rangers ahead of them, and I know people might be looking at me like, you're nuts, but listen, Markstrom is gone. If Demko and Holtby doesn't work out as a tandem, that they're in trouble, because there's been some games where their goaltending bailed them out. I know that they have some young guys coming up, and this team might not be as good this year, but the following season, I don't know about this year. And I love the Canucks, how they're built, so don't get at me for that, Canucks fans, but I don't really know if they have better odds. I think the Oilers have made some good moves. The Flames being down here does not make any sense to me. The Flames could be higher than as high as where the Capitals are, in my opinion. They've added a starting goaltender. Sure, they lost TJ Brody, but You know, they brought in Tanev, who's a very good defensive style guy. They brought in good depth on their forward group. I think people are overlooking the Josh Levo acquisition. I think I really like that move. So I don't know why the Flames are down here. Like I said, I would have them in the conversation with Washington and Pittsburgh. I think the Islanders should be a little higher than the Oilers and Canucks as well. The Islanders are a very solid team. The Preds and Jets, you know, Coyotes. Why are the Coyotes ahead of the Blue Jackets? Not sure. That doesn't make sense. I would have the Habs where the Coyotes are and like basically swap those. Montreal's done quite a bit. I think that they're a much better built team than the Arizona Coyotes are. There's a lot of question marks here. I think the Sharks are going to end up being lower. The Red Wings being the bottom. The Senators, I know they've made a bunch of moves. I don't know. This group here, like starting from San Jose down, this could be shuffled anyway. And I love that Buffalo got Taylor Hall and they're still way down here for cup odds because, you know, obviously one move doesn't change everything. But you would, you know, figure they might have a little bit better odds. But Montreal definitely doesn't deserve to be where they are here. Calgary should be much higher. I think Toronto might be in a decent spot here, but you can argue that there's some teams in this middle of the pack here that could be in these positions. Now, again, there could be more moves made, and I'll take this off. There could be more moves made that could change the odds, could make, you know, other teams look better. But I think that this is because it's so early that this is more of an on paper who looks the best. You can't really consider what happened last year too much. You obviously take in their stats and stuff like that, but I wouldn't look at position in the standings and then make odds because you have to look at their acquisitions, who they've lost, whatever. You have to take all of that into account. So definitely very interesting to look at these odds in November, especially when the season is going to start in January or February. This is so different because, you know, at this point we'd be like a month into the season or a month and a little bit. Training camps would be over. So definitely weird, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave your recommendations down below for future videos. Tell me, are these odds correct? Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I love and appreciate you guys as always, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video or stream. Peace.